In some sense, bin Laden and al-Qaeda represent a watershed for contemporary Islamic radicalism. Although in the past the Ayatollah Khomeini and other major Islamic activist leaders had called for a broader Islamic revolution, both violent and nonviolent, the focus and impact of most extremist movements from North Africa to Southeast Asia had been at the local or regional level. Osama bin Laden and al-Qaeda represent the next major step, Jihad International, that not only declares jihad against governments in the Muslim world and attacks Western representatives and institutions in the region, but now makes America and the West a primary target in an unholy war of terrorism. America's wars of the 20th century were fought on the soil of other countries. Now the battle has been brought to our own shores and to the symbols of our economic and political power. The stakes have risen for everyone. The attacks against America on September 11th have rightly been seen as a clarion call to recognize our danger and respond to an enemy that threatens all the countries, cultures, and peoples of the world. The 21st century will be dominated by the global encounter of two major and rapidly growing world religions, Christianity and Islam, and by the forces of globalization that will strain relations between the West and the rest. It is not a time for provoking a clash of civilizations, or for the self-fulfilling prophecy that such a clash is inevitable. It is rather a time for global engagement in coalition building, for the active promotion of coexistence and cooperation. Amidst pressures to win the global war against terrorism at any cost, how we understand Islam and the Muslim world will affect how we address the causes of terrorism and of anti-Americanism, and whether we preserve our American values at home and abroad. We must be able to move beyond political rhetoric, beyond the world of black and white, of unadulterated good versus evil, invoked not only by bin Laden and those like him, but by his opponents as well. I have written this book for the vast majority of people in the West, non-Muslims as well as Muslims, whose lives and communities in the 21st century are inextricably intertwined. The Muslim world is no longer out there. Muslims are our neighbors, colleagues, and fellow citizens, and their religion, like Judaism and Christianity, rejects terrorism. Never before have soft phrases like building bridges of understanding been more critical in a war that ultimately cannot be won simply by military power. Understanding and action go hand in hand for Muslims and non-Muslims alike. All of us are challenged to move beyond stereotypes, historic grievances, and religious differences to recognize our shared values as well as interests, and to move collectively to build our common future.